Set by 5, Billy Gibbons, the legendary frontman and guitarist of ZZ Top, has finally opened up in a way fans have never seen before. Known for his signature beard, sunglasses, and sharp guitar riffs, Gibbons has spent decades living in the spotlight, while keeping much of his personal story behind closed doors. Now, as he reflects on a lifetime of music, fame, and loss, he's offering rare insights into the truth behind ZZ Top's rise, the band's challenges, and what it really means to carry the torch after so many years. ZZ Top has always stood out in the rock world not just for their bluesy sound and unmistakable look, but for their loyalty. The core trio Billy Gibbons, Dusty Hill, and Frank Beard remained together for over 50 years, a rare feat in rock music. But behind that decades-long partnership were the kinds of tensions and trials that few fans ever saw. In recent reflections, Gibbons admits that while the band maintained a cool, unified front, things weren't always easy. The constant touring, creative disagreements, and the pressure to evolve without losing their soul took its toll. Still, Gibbons says their deep bond and mutual respect always brought them back together. One of the most emotional parts of Gibbons finally speaking out involves the loss of his bandmate and close friend, Dusty Hill, who passed away in 2021. For years, Gibbons and Hill were seen as inseparable: the twin beards, the synchronized stage moves, and the deep musical chemistry. When Hill died suddenly, it marked the end of an era. Gibbons has stayed mostly silent on the subject until recently. Now he admits that Dusty's passing shook him deeply. It wasn't just losing a bandmate, Gibbons said in a recent interview. It was like losing a brother. He described the decision to keep playing as one Dusty had supported, even insisting that the band carry on without him. Honoring that wish, Gibbons and Beard brought in longtime guitar tech Elwood Francis to take Hill's place on tour. Emotionally, the loss remains raw. Fans have also been surprised to learn how deeply personal ZZ Top's journey has been for Gibbons. Known for their outrageous music videos and bluesy swagger, the band always played things cool. But Gibbons now reveals there was often fear behind the scenes: fear of fading relevance, of selling out, or of breaking what made ZZ Top unique. The trio resisted pressures to chase trends, sticking with their Texas-bred roots even as music tastes changed. That decision, while not always easy, earned them a rare kind of longevity and loyalty from fans. Another area Gibbons has recently opened up about is his relationship with fame and identity. Despite being one of the most instantly recognizable figures in rock, Gibbons has always been somewhat private. Now, he admits that part of him enjoyed hiding behind the beard and sunglasses. "It gave me a little shield," he confessed. "I could be the guy on stage and still keep some of myself to myself." But as he ages, he's become more open to showing who he really is: a music historian, a gearhead, a lover of blues and Latin culture, and someone who still finds joy in the simple act of playing a guitar at 75. Billy Gibbons isn't slowing down. He's still touring, still recording, and still keeping the ZZ Top legacy alive, just with a little more openness than before. His recent reflections mark a turning point, a quiet acknowledgement that after decades of mystique, it's okay to let the world see the man behind the sunglasses. He may have waited half a century to speak so candidly, but now that he has, fans are finally hearing the full story, from the heartbreak and the high notes to the brotherhood and the blues. Billy Gibbons is more than a rock icon. He's a survivor of a life lived loud, and finally, he's ready to talk about it.